I don't know if this is the beginning of my video this week or if this part's in the middle of a video, but anyway, I'm a little out of sorts. I just picked up my car at the dentist office because I had to be taken home unexpectedly during my procedures that I was having today. So I think I mentioned a tooth problem that I have, and I have an implant that's still not complete. I need the tooth. So I don't do well at dentists. I don't. I was abused by a dentist. So I have PTSD anytime I go, and everyone's very nice. In fact, today, before my episode, I told the assistant, I said, this is the best dentist I've ever had. She's a young woman. She's just amazing. Her bedside manner, everything is just great. And that's not easy for me to say because of my dental experiences, but this is the third time I've had something happen where I'm not okay. And today, after 2 hours of being in the chair and having work done, I couldn't see right. I literally thought I was having a stroke. I was sitting up in the chair and I looked up and everything's blurry, and I wasn't dizzy, but I couldn't see properly. I've never had anything like that happen before, and so that made my anxiety just go way across the line. And I think when they took my blood pressure when I first got to the doctor's office, it was high. But Chase told me, they took my blood pressure with this shirt on. So I just pulled this up real tight up here. So I probably got a false high blood pressure reading, because it was like, when I first got there, it was like 177, which I'm on blood pressure meds. It shouldn't be that high unless there's a problem and I need new medications and stuff. So I think now that I've calmed down a little bit, and I've had something to eat, I'm dieting, so my blood sugars are off. I did feel better when they gave me some orange juice, but they were very close to calling an ambulance. And I'm like, this is it. I'm never going to be able to see again. This is it. I'm damaged, And I asked the girl, I'm like, is this side of my face sagging or drooping? Because I think I'm having a stroke. She's like, no. It looks fine. Poor thing. I feel so embarrassed. Chase is behind me right now because he had to go drop me to go get my freaking car. It was awful. Anxiety and stress is real. It's a real thing, and it's awful. It's debilitating at times. So if you know anyone that has it, I'm just going to move this camera a little bit. If you know anyone that says they have anxiety, and take it seriously, please. Please take it seriously, because when you're having some sort of attack, you legitimately think you're going to die, or, that something very serious has happened. So Chase got me home. Chase came and got me, so that made me feel better right away. And then by the time he got me home, he fixed me something to eat. That calmed me down, and then I went and took my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was 114/77, which is really good for me. So that helped calm me down even more. What was I going to say? Chase is like, take this off and take your blood pressure properly with your feet on the ground, do everything the right way. Don't take a chance on screwing yourself up, because he's like, you may need to up your meds for your blood pressure. I'm just like, no, I can't. like they have to end up pulling this tooth out. Come to find out, the tooth is not viable. So all this grinding and ripping off that crown basically was for nothing, because that tooth is not viable and it needs to be pulled. So this is the third or fourth tooth I've had pulled in a year and a half, you know, and then I have this other thing going on down below where I have to have the biopsy next week or the following week, which, you know, my sister's like, just get a hysterectomy. And I'm like, it's not just that easy. It's not, you know, she's an RN in a women's clinic. She goes, my doctor does it every day. He does these things every day. But it's like, no, it's upsetting me. It's upsetting getting old, having everything fall apart. It's upsetting. You know, I don't know. It's complicated. It's very complicated. And that's why, you know, Chase and I look at Benjamin and we're like, just do what you need to do. You know, you're so lucky. You have your teeth, you have your age, you have your health. You know, you have so many things good going for you. And, you know, get on the right path, for God's sakes, because like I told Benjamin yesterday, I said, you're going to be 40 at a blink of an eye. And he just laughed. And I said, I know it's funny, but it's true. It's true, Benjamin, because that's been my experience. And that's Chase's experience too. You know, age just happens. You know, if you're lucky enough to live long enough, then you know how quickly it can go by. So, I just wanted to share this story with you because, one, you'll maybe understand why I haven't made as many videos on my other channel. It's been hard to talk. It's been difficult to speak with this tooth that's really like inflamed this whole side of my face and pulsating. It was just awful. But I just want to remind you, you know, yes, I come on YouTube and I'm a psychic and I know things and I am told things by dead people and I have this gift, this weird thing that happens. But I'm just a human being like everybody else. I have problems. I have things I suffer with and deal with, and I have things that I'm scared of, and I have have a myriad of things going on in my life right now that I'm looking forward to resolving and moving forward on. So I'm just a person. You know, I'm not on here trying to be something I'm not. So I feel like the more me I share with you guys, the more you'll understand where I'm coming from when I tell you something spiritually or to do with the psychicness or my life experiences. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody. You're not alone in anxiety. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to get this tooth pulled. I think I need a sedative or something. I don't know what to do. I don't know yet what I'm going to do, but I have to figure it out. All right, I'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, good morning. It's time for school. So John is waiting for the bus. The bus is coming. I have an app on the phone. It tells me where the bus is at and gives me a 2-mile warning. Get a 2-mile warning. That's plenty of notice. Where's your smile? You were just cracking up a few minutes ago. Ooh, it's chilly out here. You ready for a fun day? It's half day. I was asking him, what does he do on half day? He works on Mondays. He works 1 day a week through the Office of Education. Right, John? Look at those curls. Woo! What does Chase say? Curls get the girls. Curls get the girls. We love this wheelchair. It's very, very lightweight.
So it folds up nicely and fits in the back of the minivan. Who would have thought I would have a minivan at 55? That's all right. This minivan is very, very luxurious, I have to say. It's very full of bells and whistles, right? But we got that for you because you need to be safe and comfortable. All right. Well, let's get ready to put you in the bus. Have a good day at school, John.
All right. Hello. So I have to go to Kohl's and return an Amazon package and look for some pants. And I have to go to the pharmacy to pick up a mouthwash for my work I had done. So, because the other day was so awful and further traumatizing at the dental appointment, I emailed my psychiatrist. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I've never had my vision go blurry before. Why does that surprise me? You know, it's like, I'm 55, almost 56, and it's like, this is how this has been, X, Y, and Z has been for my whole life, but now this presents as something different. I find that a lot in a lot of different areas of my life, just in general, because I've been this way up to now, doesn't mean it can't change and become something else. So, luckily, he's been my doctor for a really long time, and I think he's younger than me, but I'm lucky that he's been consistent, my consistent doctor. So he's been my doctor, 18 years? Oh my God. Yeah, anyway, so he knows all my history, all my cuckoo, and, you know, everything, all my family garbage and everything like that. So I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What is this? So he said, it's too much. It's too much sitting in the dental chair for 3 hours, Audrey. That's a lot of stress for anyone. And I do have to say, as I told him, this was like the great doctor. Let me preface by saying that. But this was the most evasive, one of the more evasive procedures I've had done. I mean, the amount of grinding and discomfort, not even so much the pain, but just more, you know, like I can't breathe laying down, I have asthma. It's just awful. So it's too long of a time to be under such duress. I know, it's just the freaking dentist, but for me, this is how it goes. So, in addition to making sure Chase is in the room with me from now on, oh, my stomach hurts. I have to interrupt myself. And my tummy hurt. Luckily, Kohl's has good bathrooms there. Oh, God. I just ate some oatmeal. Anyway, so my doctor told me, he said, in 2010, I prescribed you some Ativan, and you just do one tablet an hour before your appointment. I don't even remember that. I don't remember why I needed it. God only knows. 2010. I don't know what I was doing okay, anyway. So I'm going to fill that prescription of the Ativan. My next appointment's not for a couple weeks, but, and the appointment in 2 weeks, well, now it's like a week and a half, is to remove this tooth back here. that was infected. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to postpone the extraction and go for the lesser traumatic event, which is making the crown for my implant. So I'm glad. I need to be in the other lane. Anyway, I'm glad that my doctor wasn't saying like, hey, well, there's something seriously wrong with you. That shouldn't be happening. Maybe you need to check your thyroid or something, It's like, because that's the dentist. I do like her a lot, but she did say, she mentioned a couple things, like maybe I need a blood test because of the amount of bacteria that stays in my mouth. Well, I know why I have a lot of bacteria, and I should have just told her, but I wasn't thinking straight when I was at the dental office. But because I take medication that dries my mouth out, I don't have anything to wash away the bacteria in food. Like Jonathan's a drooler. Jonathan has great teeth because his mouth is constantly dripping, and he doesn't get buildup and stuff around his teeth. Even though I floss every night, I brush my teeth every day with a nice electric toothbrush, and yeah, so it's too much. I feel very validated. It's too much PTSD at the dentist to be sitting there for 2 to 3 hours. It's too much. So I have to limit the amount of time. So I think I'm going to have to go down there and just talk to them in person and explain all of this to them, because it's a real thing. It's a real thing to have this sort of problem. Now, Johnny's auntie, she's been very fearful of the dentist for years as well. So much that her family used to have to make her an appointment and sneak her to the appointment and be like, oh, let's go shopping. Just kidding. We're taking you to the dentist. Sorry. I'm not that bad. I mean, you got to have teeth. I mean, you got to have good teeth, maybe that they're not white or whatever or straight, but they have to be healthy. You can't not have healthy teeth, period. So it's a real thing. So take care of your teeth. My God. Seems like such an easy thing. Some people don't have any problems. They don't brush or floss. They're like, I've never had a cavity in my life. What? Why not? That's not fair. It's not fair. What time is it?
It's time for a new recipe.
It's time for another new recipe. Let's end this week's vlog with a new recipe for you. It's new for me too. I've made something similar to this before, but let's try it together. I'm always anxious to try new things, tweak things a little bit. So today it's going to be an Indian dish, chickpea curry. Chickpea curry or garbanzo bean curry. Maybe you live in a part of the country where you don't have a lot of diversity. Try Indian food. It is so freaking delicious. I love it almost maybe more than Mexican food. So let me show you what we're going to use. I kind of have pre-done everything set up so we can just dump it. Where's the camera? So we can just dump it in the hot pan as we go along. Okay, it's a lot of ingredients. That's for sure. It's a lot. So it's not complicated, just a lot of ingredients. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's my inspiration recipe I got on Instagram. I'm using some of it, most of it, but I'm changing it around a bit, okay? So let me just go down the line here of ingredients. I finally used my tiny baby grater. So this is 1 inch of ginger root. So you just measure out 1 inch and then take off the brown outside part and then grate it, okay? We're gonna use some olive oil in the pan. I'm gonna use about, it's a little more than a teaspoon of crushed garlic, but definitely you can use fresh garlic, roasted garlic, whatever. I have a small tomato sauce there. I have 1 can ready to pour. I already made the holes of coconut milk. Now, here's all the spices. So we have ground pepper, we have salt, curry powder, turmeric, which is amazing for inflammation, anti-inflammatory, great for asthma, ground cumin. Then we have coriander, which is cilantro, which I'm going to go out front and get some fresh cilantro out of my garden. Then we have the garam masala. Now, this was like $17 at Walmart. You can make your own masala at home. Just Google how to make your garam masala, and you can make it yourself as well. But I was in a hurry, so I just picked that one up today. And then a little bit of red pepper flakes. Okay, so I have all of that right here. When it's time, that'll go in the pan. I have 1 zucchini diced pretty small. And then I have 3 cans of chickpeas or garbanzo beans. I'm debating if I'm gonna leave in the water that it comes in the can. I might just leave the liquid in the can. I'm not sure yet. And then I have about a 1/4 cup chopped red onion. I have half of a package of tofu, super firm, and believe me, it's firm. It's very, very firm. It feels like an eraser, you know, like a square eraser. That's what it feels like. And then here's the rest of that spinach I used in, I think, the last video, but it's still good. I don't think we're on the 29th. Oh, today's the 29th, so perfect. So I'm going to use the half bag of this spinach. Spinach is so good in Indian food, so I've already pre-chopped that as well. And here is the pan I'm going to be using. So let's go ahead. Let me set the camera down and let's start cooking.
Okay, so I think my camera was off. I apologize. So what I have here, I have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I have the onion that we pre-sliced, and the garlic, and the ginger, and the tofu, all right? And I have the flame on high. I'm gonna turn it down just slightly. So, onions, garlic, ginger, and tofu. And I think I'm gonna drain just a little bit of this juice. Some people want the garbanzos completely rinsed off and everything, but oh shoot, I just spilled it. I don't think I want to go that far. Latte, can you clean up my mess? I spilled juice somewhere. All right, so let me throw in 1 zucchini. I have zucchini like every single day. I love it. When we had the house in Vermont, they didn't know what Indian food was. My kids told me, oh, there's an Indian restaurant. It's at a gas station about 20 minutes away. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, people literally didn't know Asian food, Indian. Hopefully that'll change though, because you're missing out. This is amazing, delicious. It's vegetarian. All right, now I'm going to pour in all of those spices that we have here. So the turmeric, the curry powder, the garam masala, salt, pepper. Here goes the garbanzos. Okay. Now let's do the small can of tomato sauce. The original recipe called for diced tomatoes. I don't have diced tomatoes, so this is fine. Just stirring that around a little, and then we're going to put in the coconut milk. Oh, God. Coconut milk is so yummy. I'm going to have to unscrew this because coconut milk, Audrey, is too thick to come out like that, isn't it? Well, I hear the garage door opening. That means honey's home. So this is the coconut milk. Oh my God, I totally just missed the pan. What is wrong with me? It's so good. All right, let's add the spinach. So remember, the spinach is going to get really soft. So there we have that. So that's all of the ingredients. So let's get this heated up a little bit, and then I'll show you better what it looks like. All right, so I'm gonna let this sit in there for about, I'm guessing about 15 to 20 minutes, but we'll check on it together. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on and let it do its thing. All right.
Okay, so the curry is ready. I only had to simmer it for less than 15 minutes. So it looks and smells fantastic. So I just put a little bit of brown rice there to show you, what you can do. You can put rice, you can have no rice. You can do some naan, which is basically Indian tortillas. And let's get some of that tofu. Oh my gosh, look at that. So healthy. So healthy. Again, if you're looking for anti-inflammation things to consume that will be systemic in your body to help with inflammation, turmeric is fantastic. You can drink it in milk, which tastes awful, but it works. You can put it in your food. There's many uses here. So you can tell I have inflammation on my fingers, and I use it for that quite a bit. So there we have it. Let me turn you around and let's take a bite.
All right, it's time for a taste test. I'm gonna get a little bit of that rice, a little bit of the tofu, garbanzo. It's probably hot. Oh my God. So good. Chase, you're gonna have to have some of this. Oh, yum. We love Indian food. So that's this week's video, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button as well. Check out my other channel, Audrey Briggs, the Salty Psychic, where we talk about crime and stuff. So hope you're doing well. The recipe for this is down in the description box below. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Eat well. Bye.